What's up and welcome back to the channel. So we've got something pretty exciting for you guys today. So what this video is going to be about is a new product on the market that we have got here in-house. We're going to go ahead and go through the product and everything with you guys. We just got our hands on it. That way we can walk through it with you guys to give you guys a little bit more information. You guys can see kind of up close. We can give you our honest feedback and reviews on it. So for you 24 valve VP44 Cummins guys, I am sure you've heard that Edge has released the new comp box. So if you know Edge, you know that they've been around for a long time. For the VP44 trucks, they used to offer their old comp box or the drag comp box. They just came out about maybe a month or two ago with a all new revised comp box. So the new one is going to include a little wireless remote so you can change tune levels on the fly, and you can also download an app where you can go in the app on your phone and you can change the power levels. And for you guys that are running bigger injectors or bigger turbos, whatever you got going on, they do offer a little bit of custom tuning abilities on the app. So you can kind of bring the fueling in at a later boost setting for the guys with the bigger turbos. You don't want to really smoky down low. So we're going to play with that a little bit as well and see how this box kind of fuels. They're advertising up to 180 horsepower and more RPM than the older boxes that they had. So according to them, this box will outperform the drag comp box that they used to offer. I don't remember the horsepower levels on that drag comp box, but this is going to definitely be more as they're advertising. So we're going to go ahead and look at this up close with you guys. I know there's not a lot of feedback on these units yet. They are newer to the market. I personally haven't seen that many reviews or videos on them. There's a couple videos out on YouTube kind of going over it, but we're going to dive in with you guys. This is our first time taking a look at it, so you guys are right here with us. We'll go ahead and get it unboxed. We have one here, so we'll get it unboxed with you guys. We'll show you what it all comes with. We'll go through everything. We're going to be installing it on our shop truck, so it's a 2000 Cummins with 5-speed dually. The truck does tow, it does run around town, it does have injectors in it, so we can kind of play with the settings and the different levels on it and kind of give you guys an honest feedback on it. For you guys that are towing a lot and stuff like that, we do tow with the truck, so it's kind of the best of both worlds. We can see how the street manners are, fuel mileage and stuff unloaded, and then we can kind of figure out how it's going to perform with towing with the bigger injectors that the truck has in it. So we're going to go over all of that. We'll spend a couple weeks with this box and come back and give you guys an updated review on how it's working out for us. And we'll go from there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back in the shop and get this box opened up, and we'll bring you guys with us. That way you guys see what is in the box and what the unit looks like and everything like that. So we'll bring you back there, and let's go back to the shop and go ahead and get this box opened up. All right, we're back here in the shop. Excuse the dirty work top, obviously. It's what we used to work on, so it's going to be dirty. So here's the box. It's all sealed up, obviously. So, of course, Edge always has nice packaging. So let's go ahead and get this opened up, and we'll see what goodies are inside here. Very nicely packaged, like usual. Edge is always good at packaging their products. We sell a lot of Edge stuff here, so it's not a surprise for us. So that's what you get when you first open the box. Here's your little remote, and then obviously the module that goes under the hood. So let's go ahead and get this opened up a little bit further. So we've got our remote, and then obviously we've got our module here. Yeah, look at this packaging, this is so nice. And then I didn't even notice on the first one, they've got batteries, it looks like, for the remote. So we'll keep that in mind. So we've got our little module there. Pull some more out of the box. So here's gonna be our harness. So obviously that's gonna plug into the module under the hood, and then these are some of the connectors and stuff like that, and we'll kind of get into that as we get there. I think this is like the data link connector or adapter or something like that. So that's part of the wiring harness. Let's see what else we got here. So we got some zip ties, boost elbow, does come with a boost elbow, and the hose clamp. We got some wiring, I think that's for the pump tap, so the VP44 pump tap. And then we've got some Velcro and stuff in here for the switch. And we've got a fuse tap. And the bottom of the box, let's see what we got. We got some edge stickers, cool. Got some edge stickers. And then some information. Let's see here, these are the instructions. Yep, so comes with instructions, so that's nice. Give you information on everything you need to know here. There's so it's a Bluetooth switch. So stock through level 5. So that's everything that comes in the box. Pretty straightforward. Not too much going on here. It shouldn't be too bad of an install. There's not really that many components for it. So this is a nice install for you DIY guys that don't really want to pay a shop to do something that's a simple job. So we'll go ahead and go through the instructions and stuff too, and check out, see how bad this install is going to be. It doesn't seem like it's going to be too bad. So like I said, for you guys that want to do it yourself, you DIY guys, this should be a pretty straightforward install for you guys. So let's go ahead and get started on this install and see how this install goes over here. All right, so we're back. Our camera battery died, so we went ahead and just threw this Edge in here. I just wanted to say this install was super easy. Edge supplies everything you need for this install. So props to Edge for making this super friendly for an install, super easy for an install. You guys can do it yourselves, honestly. It shouldn't take more than an hour. So let's go over real quick. When you buy this box, make sure you buy the box for the right year of truck, because the data link connectors are different. So you'll get different adapters and whatnot for the data link connector aspect. So make sure you order it for the right year truck. So first thing we went ahead and did is our map sensor connector back here. You unplug the factory one, you plug the Edge harness into the factory harness, and then the Edge harness into where the map sensor connector was. Just splices into the circuit, super easy. And then you got your data link connector. It's kind of hidden down here. It's kind of hard to see down there, but it's down there. We still have to zip tie all this stuff up, guys. We just threw it in here, make sure everything was working properly. So we'll make it nice and pretty, get it zip tied up. So you got those two connections. Then you're gonna come over here. You've got your ground wire from the Edge harness, and then you've got your pump tap. So I highly suggest, guys, using this BD stealth cover for the pump tap. You get a really good connection. It's not that expensive, and it makes it super easy for install versus trying to splice the wire. So there's our pump tap right there coming off that Edge module. And then obviously you've got the Edge module here when you mount it down. And then you got one more wire that runs in the cab. So we'll go into the cab here and we'll show you that. So that's gonna be for the fuse box connection. So it's gonna be this wire tap here. It goes in location 9. So install that like that. Obviously you got your connection here, and that runs through the firewall to the unit. So that's literally the base of the install there. It's super simple, not many wires you need to deal with. And then we'll go ahead and go over the app real quick as well, just to show you guys how the app works. App is super easy to use, super friendly. So it's not like you have to have a bunch of knowledge on phones to use the app. And it also has the Bluetooth remote, so we'll go over that as well. So let me go grab the other phone and we'll go through the app together. All right, so first things first, we'll go over the Bluetooth remote. When you get everything installed under the hood, everything wired up, everything plugged in, ready to go, you put the batteries in the remote, you set it on top of the module under the hood, turn the key to on or run, don't start the truck. The module, the lights will flash up and down, and it'll automatically connect itself to the module. Super easy, you don't have to do anything crazy. It connects on its own, takes probably 30 seconds, 20 seconds. It wasn't that bad at all, it was really nice. So what we did is we mounted ours inside the cab up on the roof, so on the overhead console. So that's where we mounted ours. And then when you click the button, it'll show you what tune level you're on. So we're on 4 now. So starting from the bottom, that's going to be your stock. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, and tune 5. This changes the tunes right away, and it'll stay on whatever tune you put it on. So if we want to go back to 4, it'll turn off the display. It's still on level 4. So if you click it to see what tune you're on, hey, we're on level 4. So that's where we mounted ours. I think it works pretty well right there. It's not in the way, it's kind of up and easily accessible. So then what we'll do is we'll move on to the app. So when you download the app, you open it up, it'll go through like a little waiver thing, you accept, and you have to create an account or log in for the device update. So it'll go through a little update. Key has to be on run position for the app to pick up the module, so it'll connect to it, it'll update it if it needs an update. And then when you come over to the app, this is what it looks like. So this is our app. We've got the key on run, and obviously, like the switch said, the Bluetooth switch said we're in level 4, and the app says the same thing. So we've got a couple different things here. ECT protect. All right, we're back. We got interrupted by Amazon and the phone was ringing. So here we are coming back on this. So like we were talking about, the ECT Protect is a default safety feature that limits the module's ability to add power if the vehicle ECT is not within a safe operating temperature. So what that is basically when you first start the truck in the morning, the truck doesn't have any added power from the module until the ECT is reaching a certain set point that they had set. So I believe it's the same thing if the truck goes over temp. It pulls the tune file out. Well, it doesn't pull the tune file, but it pulls the power away from the vehicle. That way you're not damaging anything. It's more of a safety feature, so you're not adding a ton of horsepower when the truck's bone cold, and if the truck starts overheating, you're not adding a ton of horsepower. It pulls the tuning back. That way there's not a ton of extra horsepower going through. So that's a feature that they have set on this. And then if we want to go into pump wire status, so what that does is that tells you if your pump wire, your pump tap is hooked up properly. The truck needs to be running for that to work. And it'll tell you like pump status okay or something like that to let you know that wire tap is in good shape and it's connected and making connection. So that's that. So if we go to, let's say, obviously you can change power levels here. So if we want to go down to level 3, already changed. I mean, it's super quick, takes a couple seconds and it changes the power level. So if we wanted to edit a power level, you can edit all these differently. So level 1 is going to be the lowest horsepower. Level 5 is obviously going to be the highest. So we'll go to level 5, and this is what we have set for it right now. We're still playing with it. So boost fueling, it's maximum fueling achieved at the selected boost PSI. Selecting a PSI higher than the turbo can produce will limit maximum horsepower. So this is when your fueling comes in. So if you set this at 5 PSI, let's say, when the ECM sees 5 PSI, it'll send all fueling. So if you set it at 0 like it is now, it's going to be super smoky before the boost builds. So if you got a bigger turbo or something, you can kind of dial this in with that boost pressure to have full fueling come in when your turbo starts to light. That way it's not super smoky down low. And it's super easy to change it. Just click on it and you can slide the dial and change your boost setting here. And always click when you're done, update setting. So the app fueling set point, let's see here, is adjust fuel delivery based on accelerator pedal position. Level 5 is most aggressive. So that's fuel delivery based on the pedal position. So the less pedal you give it, the more aggressive it's going to fuel on level 5 versus level 1. So obviously, and that's level 5 as in this setting here. So the higher you do, the more aggressive the fueling is going to come in at a lower throttle position. So update setting, and then the last one is going to be your timing setting. This adjusts fuel injection timing. Level 5 is most advanced. Level 1 uses OEM timing. So same thing with this is you can change, and this is all the different levels. So you can set up 5 to be a max effort file, and then you can come back to level 2 and you can set it so that it drives really nice on the street, has good road manners, and it's not as smoky. So these are all separately changed on this custom tuning. So that's how that works. So we'll go ahead and do level 4. And that's pretty much wraps up the app and the controller up here. So level 4, yep, we're on level 4. So it's really nice to be able to use this on the fly to be able to change your tune level, and then you can also pull up the app to change it if you want to do it that way, or if you want to modify the tuning in the app, you can modify in the app and then just use the switch to be able to change your level on the fly. So it's really cool. So we'll go ahead and go on a test drive and see how this thing reacts, and then we'll get back to you with the results. All right, so what we did is we just went straight to tune 5. A little bit of background on the truck is the truck's got 150 horse injectors from Diesel Auto Power. We've been running their injectors for years and years and years. Absolutely love their products. So shout out to Diesel Auto Power. We put their injectors in every Cummins that we do, every 12 valve, 24 valve. So it's got the 150 horse injectors, and before this it just had a super chips on it, just a basic like flash pack or something like that. On performance it was like 60 horsepower or something like that. Truck moved pretty good. I never had any complaints about the super chips. We just wanted to test out this new product, being that you can adjust it on the fly. So if we're towing something, we can dial it back a little bit, and we get the extra horsepower out of it. So it was very nice to be able to try this Edge and use that adjustability like that versus a super chipsy set it and forget it kind of deal. And then the truck also does have a dual disc South bend clutch. I think it's the ceramic organic dual friction or something like that. So it's pretty much set up to handle what we're going to throw at it. We've got studs here for it, we just haven't thrown them on, and we're working on building a custom turbo for it, so that will be in the future. Stay tuned for that stuff. But as of right now, I mean, mainly the truck is pretty much stock, besides the injectors and obviously the clutch and stuff like that. So on tune 5, this thing is insane. Like, I am really blown away by the performance of this truck with this programmer on it. We did dial it back, so we started out in stock tune to let it warm up. I was just experimenting with it just to see how it was acting. Started on tune 5 right away, and you could tell that the power wasn't there. So what I did is I just dialed it back to tune 1, let the truck warm up, or stock tune, let the truck warm up, drove it around a little bit. And then what I did is I went straight to tune 5, and the increase in performance is absolutely insane. Like, this programmer, even over the Super Chick 60 horse tune, is mind-blowing. With that being said, with the settings I have for tune 5 right now, it is extremely smoky, and the throttle is very aggressive, very touchy. So very slight throttle, and the truck is dumping smoke. But with the tuning capabilities, the custom tuning capabilities, we can work on that to dial that smoke back so that the fueling comes in as the boost pressure comes up as the turbo lights. So this is a stock turbo right now. We'll get into the bigger turbos and stuff like that once we get our turbo situated on this truck. But as of right now, it's a stock turbo, and it's really, really smoky, but it pulls really hard. And the statement they say about the RPM, so they've got the higher RPM, this thing pulls really, really hard through the RPMs. It doesn't get to a certain RPM and start falling out. We didn't really stretch it out too far because, like I said, this truck needs to be able to tow a trailer for us and stuff like that. We'll start playing with it a little bit more once we get the studs on it and everything like that. That way we have less chances of blowing a head gasket or something. But it pulls really hard up through the RPMs. It doesn't start to defuel. There's no idle issues or anything like that. There's no surging issues. It's a very smooth power band. The truck drives great. After tune 5, driving it around a little bit, drove it like 10-15 minutes. With the settings that we have on it right now, the throttle is very touchy. So I went ahead and dialed it back to tune 4 and drove it around. It's way less smoky. It is still smoky, but it's less smoky, and it feels like a more everyday driver tune, like a hotter everyday driving tune, versus the 5 to me feels like an all-out race tune. I mean, it's just full fuel, absolutely insane. Really blown away by the performance of this module. Edge, you guys really did it this time. I mean, this is insane. So personally, from the 15 minutes that we've played with it so far, absolutely love it, would recommend it. But like I said, we're gonna play with it some more. We're gonna put some miles on it. We're gonna hook it to a trailer. We're gonna put it through its paces and see how this box really compares to a stock tune, or we're gonna compare it to the Super Trip 60 that we had. So we had a little bit of bump in performance from the get-go, but this one just blows it completely out of the water, that Super Chips. So definitely, as of right now, thumbs up on this programmer. Definitely recommend it, and we will check back with you guys once we get some miles on it and get some more experience with it and do some more testing with it and let you guys know how it's holding up, how it does towing. We'll get some EGT numbers, boost level. So on this truck with the Super Chips, we were getting about 35 pounds of boost. We already had an adjustable boost elbow on this truck, so we didn't use the one supplied by Edge. I didn't even touch it. So I just installed the programmer. I didn't touch the boost elbow. I didn't install the one supplied by Edge. So we went from doing 35 PSI. When I was on level 5 on this thing, I looked up for a split second and it was at 45 and I let out of it. So definitely an increase of boost, a lot more fuel. Like I said, it's extremely smoky. So like I said, we'll continue on this, and we'll come back to you guys and give you an update. And then once we get this turbo and everything figured out and install it on this truck, we're still in the process of doing some design work and figuring out what route we want to take on that. So we're going to keep going on that. And once we get that all said and done too, we'll come back with another video for the turbo and programmer. That way you kind of see like, hey, it works this way with the stock turbo, but if I upgraded this, I already have the programmer, this is how it's going to work. So we'll come back to you guys with those. Thanks for watching the video. Subscribe, like, and keep an eye out for some updated videos on this Edge stuff and the turbo project that we got working on. So see ya. I just wanted to mention, like I said in the beginning of the video, we sell Edge products. We do sell a lot of the CTS3s and stuff for the diesel guys for monitoring, but we do also sell all the Edge products. So if you guys are interested in this comp box, you're more than welcome to send us an email or comment on the video, give us a call, reach out to us on Facebook or Instagram, and ask any questions you may have. And we can also get you something ordered. We can ship it to you. You can pick it up here. We can install it, whatever you guys need. So we can get these comp boxes for you guys, as well as all the other Edge products. And we have tons of other brands that we carry for everything else. So it's not just performance stuff we do here. We do a lot of diesel performance, but we also do anything aftermarket, lift kits, wheels, tires, really anything you guys can think of. Feel free to give us a call, shoot us a text even, and ask any questions you may have. See if it's something that we do. If we do it, we can schedule you an appointment to get you in, or we can ship you product, whatever you guys need. We are located in Florida, so if you're local in Florida somewhere, we can work on your vehicle and get you product. Or if you're out of the state somewhere, we can ship you anything you need. So feel free to give us a call, shoot us a text, hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, whatever works best for you guys, and ask any questions, and we'll help you out with getting whatever you're building built. So I appreciate it.